Good morning, good morning, good morning, my neighbors. Welcome to another episode of BYTTT, Trading Floor Edition. So much to kind of go over. I'm gonna just get right started to it. Looks like my tablet is acting silly, and I can't get this bad boy to start working for my remote. But hey, one monkey don't stop no show. So let's go right to the chart. All right, so we got ourselves NQ. So what happened with the jobs report was very interesting. They kind of came in deep into this level um, that we kind of wicked this yesterday around here. We got under it. I was looking left to see where else we can go. So I think they were trying to get past here, and they noticed they couldn't. So what I think is probably happening with the market is probably something much, much bigger than I think. Probably something along the lines of this. So I'm thinking something like this is our downtrend that started the whole show, and they're probably still in this game. And then we kind of had like this little bit of a deviation here, and since this is our lower low, what created that was this angle here. So this consolidation to try to get past that is pretty much our action here. So what does that mean, Jeff? Right? Yeah, that's probably what's chiming in your head right now. The problem that I'm facing with any upside here is that the market is trying to find spots for it to kind of like really short the market. That's what it looks like to me. And as we keep on making these bounces, this angle here is probably the angle that they're looking at to continue to kind of keep it going, broke through. You see, we had to like really fight to break through this one here, and then we kind of got through this area. But the buyers are getting liquidated, right? You got to sell off here, you got to sell off here. Put that back. You got another sell off here, and then now we kind of have this like wedging action, and what could be a bump and run meltdown and continuation did not happen, and the jobs report came into play. And when the jobs report came into play, it basically was letting us know that it's a little bit bullish for the dollar. Let's go ahead and grab the data and see how that looks. Here is the jobs report. So we got a little bit of bullish for the dollar on some of the key areas. We got initial jobless claims and continuous jobless claims. It's a lot less than what they were expecting. And then you got continuous jobless claims a little bit more than what they're expecting. But then could it be that it's undershot this one, and they were trying to be a little bit too aggressive on what they anticipate the drop off was going to be month to month, maybe. So I'm kind of putting a little bit more credence between these two. And then now we're going to have ourselves some of the oil inventory come into play. So if you're playing CL, that's going to play a part, and some bonds. So very interesting where we are right now, and we're going to see how the market reacts to that. All right, let the community know. Good morning, everyone that jumped in. Making sure I let the community know I am on a line. So let's go ahead and keep this party going. Let's go over to the 1 hour and check out CL. So CL is under $70. Now, CL being under $70 is a little bit of a shocker to me, because I was anticipating CL to do that bounce and consolidation. Could this be the final thing that we need to get out of this continuous, like, it's just been so annoying where we kind of just went bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish over and over. But I did have anticipation eventually we would get here, but I was thinking we was going to get a little bit more of a bounce again, and we didn't really have it that heavy. But you could kind of see we're really pointing down to that downside. So the next target for oil is 67.62. I want to see if they're going to break that. Now, I want to be very, very clear. Even if we get to the 67.62, if we look left, there is a very tough area, which is right here in this part, to start to make any lower lows. So I won't be surprised if there's a bounce at any one of these levels. This is back in March of 2023. This is May of 2023. And then this one is June of 2023, where we kind of like really bounced between that 63 to 65 area, and it started pushing up to that upside. So just keep that in mind before you go too heavy on playing this to the downside, and try not to really attack this level. Let the market kind of break this down for you, the 67.75. All right, let's go over to gold. So gold is trying to pick up. Let me get rid of the drawing so we can see this clearly. Starting to pick up a little bit. I kind of told y'all what was going to happen with gold a little bit, but this tweezer bottom that's happening here, and then it kind of gave this hammer, was a little bit of a shocker. I thought it was going to have more of a, maybe 25.20. I think that was the, let me bring my lines back. Right, 25.20, yeah, around 25.20. I thought we were going to stay under it, but we closed above it. Nice push up to the upside on the stochastic, and the weekly kind of looks like this. So I don't think we're going to really rock it up to the upside, but this is a really good bounce for gold. I still want to see them test this fair value gap. Probably some lingering buy orders. But before we get too deep into that, we got to look at silver. Look at silver. Silver was trying to break back under that downtrend. And again, I've said this before. If you want to go ahead and play gold, keep silver in the radar just so you can get a little bit of an idea. And we can see right here on the chart that silver is really, really trying to make that push back down to that downside and get under this level. Let's go ahead and look at the daily. This is how it looked. Nice, perfect reversal. Kind of looks like a morning star. If we could get a curl up in the stochastic, that should be good. But I do think that we are riding an intraday trend that kind of looks something like this. And we're in the middle of another intraday trend that broke down like this. So I can see somewhere in the middle of October we wedge into this, especially we're going into an election year. It's not like we're going to go ahead and just drop off the map with silver and gold. So getting closer to October with a little bit of consolidation as the market try to dissect which president is going to be there and how it's going to affect policy, blah, 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 and some more crap. That's what I'm thinking is probably going to happen. So we probably could play a lot in the range and probably give you some good moves in the intraday. All right, so let's keep this going. We're going into the British pound. British pound, got a nice little upside that's happening here. I'm going to see what that does because it does look like a bull flag breakout. That's how this kind of looks like to me. So this would be our micro trend to a major trend if we ignore this one here. And I would love to see what they do with this area. Does it really bump its head here or does it reject? I'm going to be patient. I don't see anything spectacular, but if the British pound does pick up, it's going to put pressure on the dollar. And guess what happens? NQ starts to push up. ES starts to push up. So we'll see what happens there. Let's go over to ES. ES looks really, really good. Looks like we're kind of building that base right here. Now, I put more weight on ES reversing than I put on the NQ, only because this one did fill their bearish fair value gap. And is that enough of a catalyst to go ahead and put another pressure and try to get rid of this bearish fair value gap and retest 55.95? Possibly, but right now we're in a very bearish state, especially with the Stoke pointing down. Kind of look like we're getting into that fair value gap and probably get deeper into the bullish one. So maybe 489 will be tested before they test 55.95. So we'll see. All right, Russell is under that block. Could they be taking some of the money out of the Russell small caps and then tossing it right back into your ES and NQ? Maybe, but we'll see what happens there. This sucks when I don't have my freaking tablet. I'm trying to like navigate this, but this thing is acting stupid. Anyways, I don't know. I would say this would be tough to get through because there's a lot of balanced candles here, especially around here. So I won't be surprised that we kind of start to build a base here. Let's call this right here a micro uptrend from here to here, and maybe we'll get ourselves a nice little push up to that upside for the Russell. All right, let's keep this party going. Last one is the dollar. The dollar's back inside of its block, right? And you could see when it's inside the block what happened last time. We started to really bounce off this level. So I wonder if it's going to go ahead and really get into this, but you could kind of see the MACD is a little tired. It is in a bearish state. If we go over to the weekly is breaking through the zero line. So I think there's more downside to the dollar than an upside, which then tells me that the market's probably going to push up. Maybe the consolidation and range that I was kind of anticipating going into October for silver and gold is probably going to be the one that gives us a lot of weight. All right, so that said, let's go ahead and get me logged in to all my accounts. If you have any tickers that you want me to pull up, by all means, I'll go ahead and pull it up. You can put it in the chat. Alright, boom, boom, boom. Alright. That's one. Let's go get the other one. Alright, that's a solid one. Let's get that one in. And then good old finger swam. So for QQQ, we are actually lower than yesterday. Roadblocks. Alright, roadblocks. We could do that while we wait for the market to open. Let me go ahead and get over there. Good morning, my neighbor. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Alright, so Roblox, it looks like on the weekly it got a topping pattern. Kind of looks like they're trying to bounce off this fair value gap. Let's see if it can make some higher lows intraday, but overall this thing looks like it wants to come down. Let's see, this is a nice little spike. This is, yeah, possibly continuation down. Maybe come in, fill this fair value gap, and then look to aim this fair value gap. Let's go over to the daily. Yeah, daily looks like it's tired. I don't see a divergence, so I don't know if this is going to be the end all be all. Maybe one more spike up. But if it respects this downward trend line like this and does not break, it'll put some pressure probably to this level at like $40. That'll be a good little spot. I would love to see this cross over so that way I can feel really confident in it. Let's see. The uptrend that you're kind of fighting with is this major uptrend right here. Oh, bell's there. There we go. We are in 930. And you also are dealing with this price action here. Come on, get there. There we go. So yeah, I would love to see this kind of give up its lunch inside of this fair value gap, and then it starts to really pour. The end of the fair value gap is right there. Then we got ourselves a little bit of an order block sitting right there. I can see some downside on this one. Actually, you know what? Let me put this in a red list. I might take some action over there. All right, there goes NQ going. Let's go check out NQ. Let's see how that looks. Did they push it back up or they pushed it back down? This is yesterday's opening range. So we're playing back inside of yesterday's opening range. So it'd be funny if we kind of like build our opening range with yesterday's action. That'd be very, very fun to see. But that order block, this order block has been tough all week. I think I built this on a 1 hour. Yeah. Kind of had it as support over here. And then we kind of come over here. You can kind of see we try to get above it right there. Can't really stay above it. Used it, kind of ranged inside of here. Ranged again. And then now we're back at the bottom of it. I would love to see that. Yeah, we picked it back up after the news dropped. I would love to see this thing just start to really tank. That would be good. But we'll see. All right, first 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and reset this thing. So this is our first 15 minutes. So we'll be bearish somewhere below this number right now. And it still established itself. We got like a couple, 14 more minutes. And I still like this trend we had, right? And this trend, we kind of like played it. It looked like it was pushing up. And when it started to push up, it kind of was like, all right, we are tired. We're done. So that was this micro trend to this uptrend. So higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then this one was a different angle, looking for that to kind of continue. And we couldn't make any higher highs after this. So they came back to pick up some new friends. This could be an order block in itself too. So just be careful when you're playing it down here. I would say whatever pressure we're getting here is the only thing that's going to save this to continue to the downside. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Oh, we might be going inside of it now. Let's see that. No, that was my Citibank alert. I'll check out Citibank in a little bit. I guess the financials are probably running. Oh, I did close out my Visa. I closed out with 74%. The reason why was because I didn't like how Visa was like acting on the daily. It just kept on going like from this level and then rejecting this level and then rejecting, and now look at the morning, we're rejecting again. So I'm very curious, are they doing this because there's an imbalance here and an imbalance of the candle all the way down to here, and then this gap right here? That could be the case. So that's why I took my money. It didn't look like it was making any more higher highs. I didn't want to go ahead and give up free money, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and get back over to NQ. What is this thing doing? 15 minutes. Still trying to play up in there. All right, let's go ahead and reset this line. So I'm looking for a possible rejection right off of this angle here, because that was the rejection that we did yesterday around 11 o'clock and never turned back. So we'll see. We will see. Let's go over to City. Let me see, I think it's a C. Yep, it's a C. Alright, so my daily alert came in, but they pulled it right back right after. Well, actually, I think it was a short. Let me see, how much did we drop? About $1. Yeah, because we was at 71. Maybe they couldn't come back down to this gap right here. That's probably going to be a good little trade in itself. So, yeah, keep an eye on City and see. Very wiki. Exactly. That's the reason why Visa had to go. You know what I'm saying? The wicks tell me that there's no supporters and people are taking their profits. So, hey, I'll take my profits too. All right, so let's go back over to NQ. Let's see if we can find something here. Yeah, I would love for it to kind of come up in here and then bang, get slapped right on back. We'll see. We will see. Let's go ahead and talk about some levels that I probably would be keying off on if it did what I think it's going to do. Let's see. We're really consolidating here, so I would say probably inside of that value gap, inside of here, probably maybe 453 is our put side, maybe 454, somewhere around there. And if it gets bullish, maybe the 200 at 468, 470. Let's do 470, 454. 470, 454. That's probably what we're going to be operating with. Let me go ahead and build out that order in case for today. 454. 454 on the put side. All right. And then on the call side, 470. Oh, that's a lotto ticket right there. If that actually happened. Oh, we're breaking through. They're trying to break through that downward trend line. They're trying to establish themselves. Let's see how that works out. Let's see if there's any sellers that exist up in there. I would say next level of interest is probably, that same old 19,000. Oh, if anybody knows, we've been trading this for a little bit. That 19,000 on NQ has been really, really tough. Let me squeeze this chart on the 1 hour and you'll see what I mean. Look at that. We've been doing a two-step dance right around in there. Boom, boom. Use that as resistance. Use that as support. And then if we go look back a little bit further back, same thing around here. This was back in August. Go further back. This was back here early August before we did that drop off, and then late July. So 19,000. Very, very key area of interest as they trying to buy it back again. We'll see. We will see. Very massive candle though. Lots of cash coming in. MACD is crossing up too. Did we put a bearish divergence? Do bullish divergence. Technically, yeah. No, not really. Not really. This one's not lower. But here's that bullish divergence that happened here. Could this be a W? Could they get this all the way back to this level and then start to really attack up here? Maybe. Maybe. All right, so we're going to go ahead and reestablish this line. This line is about right here right now. Let's see what happens there. That's the 19,000 getting tested. Like I said, this order block is super, super tough. I will not be surprised that there is some profit taking that happens right now. Ooh, or not. And if you're in this trade, congratulations to you. Again, I wait for the first 15 minutes just to make sure nothing crazy happens. For those that are investing, just a little FYI, today's Thursday with jobs report. There's another jobs report tomorrow. So not saying that this can't stay bullish. I'm just saying be cognizant that non-farm payrolls is coming up too. Alright. Just checking my text messages. Let's go ahead and check my red list. Let's see what's going on over there. Starbucks. I don't know if y'all playing Starbucks, but if you did take any of my warnings, I would say this order block was probably a good spot to get in about Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday is probably the way, would have been a real good spot for you to get in Starbucks and then play this all the way down. If you take a contract that's $81, I'm pretty sure that thing probably printed like really, really well. So that could be a nice little target on that one. Let's see. Zscaler is another one that got affected with that whole, what was that doggone thing? CrowdStrike dropping off and everything else. So it's a very interesting spot for this one. I do think they're a good company, but not like PanW. You could kind of see their EPS is solid, but we'll see what happens with that one. And Clorox. Look at that. That thing is just, it can't stop, won't stop. So put that on your radar. If you ever play Clorox, I know D-Boy, we played that a couple of times before, going old school, but this thing found a nice low base, started taking off. I'm looking for a pullback before I actually take this any serious, but we'll see what happens there. Let's go back to NQ. That was not my red list. That was actually my bull list. But I kind of fell in love with what I saw on there. All right. NQ on the 15-minute. Let's see how that looks. Like I said, possible profit taking. And it looks like they're doing a little bit of a spring of that. Let's see if it can hold 19,000. That's what they want. They want 19,000. Actually, let me see what the dollar is doing. Lots of divergences here. Lots of them on the dollar inside of this order block. we're dropping, but you can see with the histogram, no momentum at all, none. Let's keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Because we're gonna need the dollar to do some massive move to the downside for this thing to take off to the upside. Okay. What was the 30th? I gotta check something real quick. The 30th of August was a Friday. Okay. Just making sure I got my ducks in a row. Now the daily on NQ still looks like this. So could this be consolidation on the daily, waiting for the jobs report for us to go ahead and push right on down? Oh, the VIX is over 20? I did not look at the VIX. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Now y'all seen what happened the last time when we broke this trend line. This is my trend line that dates back all the way back here in 2022 when we started really taking that dump. And we rejected off of there. This thing breaks above there. First thing I'm going to do is try to get to that pivot, which supposedly it was a computer glitch, right? This thing actually came up there. Maybe reset some oscillators. So I would love to see what happens there. Maybe fill this supposed gap. I don't know. We'll see. Over 20 VIX with a MACD pointing up like this. Maybe we stay bullish. We'll see. All right, in a few seconds, we're going to get our established high and low for our opening range. Looks like there's no chance. Not you. Not you. There's no chance that they're going to break that before the 15 minutes. But we are still bullish on this MACD on the 15 minutes. So a lot can happen here. So I need a 5-minute to close above there. And since we're looking at a bullish type of trade, I never bought the bullish one. Or not bought it, but positioned myself. That 470 is really looking good. If I actually got it during this whole entire run, that thing would have been at 100%. That is crazy. That is crazy. They're really trying to get through that order block. I don't think I'm going to do 470. 468? Let's go 468. I feel like if I go 470 and this thing does just a little of a pullback, that thing's just going that thing is going to go ahead and plummet on its volatility. We'll go with 468. So 468, 454. 468 and 454. 468. 450. 454 on the put side, possibly. Boom. Save. All right. We got everything locked and loaded. We're ready. See what it does. We got ourselves like 3 minutes into this 5-minute close, so let's go ahead and check out another. Let's go to our bear list. Bears. Oh, wrong one. Bears. Well, actually, you know what I want to do? Because I feel like I've been going over this for a while. So I have my spider. Kind of look at some of the more entertaining ones. This is XLK, which is basically your technology and everything else. Very QQQ-ish. So you can kind of see this looks very similar. But let's go ahead and look at this from a daily. And you can kind of see this is what we're looking at. Very wedges. Kind of looks like a head and shoulder. Very much how QQQ kind of looks as well. XLY. This is the discretionaries. You're gonna get your Teslas and stuff that's inside of this one. Kind of gapped up here. Kind of looks like the Qs, but it's not like the Qs. I feel like it kind of leans more like S&P 500. But this is what I wanted to show is healthcare. Healthcare had a nice little run up. This is finally the pullback I was thinking that we needed to have a long time ago. I'm gonna see if this thing finds a base somewhere around here, maybe some deep consolidation, and then probably play this back up into there. But why are we dropping, Jeff? Because he showed us UNH and he showed us all the healthcare companies, and they were doing relatively well. All right. Well then, this is where my other list comes in. Let's go to XLV. All right. So we got Eli Lilly. Now, Eli Lilly, I did a horns versus claws this early July. This one is getting brand new competition. Now they smashed earnings, so I think this is why it came up to this level. 42% return to if a company you invest in says, hey, guess what? We found an extra $1 billion. You need to go ahead and invest inside of that company. But I think they're making a double top here. So what's going to be very critical here is this level here, which is more than likely your measured move going into the M pattern. So does this catch, holds, use as previous resistance as support, and continues? That's what I'm probably looking at, because even though they have added competition, they lead the, everything's about brand recognition. The moment that you think of any type of ED, right? The first thing you think of is Viagra. So you don't say Pfizer, you say Viagra, right? So I think a lot of people are going to be more wrapped up on their brand of their weight loss drug than anybody else, no matter the competition coming in. UNH, it's pulling back a little bit. Again, this was that 600 level. I felt like they were just coming, gonna tap it, and then there's gonna be some type of retracement. That's exactly what they did. It started here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that was inside of this order block probably took their money above here, at least started scaling out there. So I would love to see UNH come back, maybe find support here, don't fill any of these gaps, and then do one more spike up to that upside. And then you have, what was their competition? I think it was Abbott. No, it wasn't Abbott. I think it's AbbVie. I think it's AbbVie is their competition. So Lilly is getting competition from there. But again, everybody's going to go ahead and start locking in their profits in this space because there was a lot of a run up. Look at healthcare ever since July. Pushed really, really well. A nice retest of the 50 EMA, which is why I got an alert saying time to buy. Waiting right here. I'm looking forward to kind of catch some support and continue to that upside. We're going to see what happens there. All right. Oh, NQ. Forgot to. I'm over here doing too much talking. That 5 minute did not close above there. Lots of sellers in this order block. Lots of sellers. Let's see if they get some of this fair value gap down here. Maybe I'll scalp something on the future side. Let's see if I see something. Good retracement. It looks like we get a little bit of a fatigue on the 5 minute because the Stoke is pointing completely up. We have ourselves, actually, you know what? Let me put my paper trade on here, just in case I decide to do something on paper. Been practicing playing inside of ranges. I hate ranges, but the market tends to range more than trend, so no FYI. Yeah, I'm looking at the fact that the 5 minute, it's almost like we're building. I'm going to come down to the 1 minute here so you can kind of see it. We're building a block here. Came back down here for the fair value. Kind of did a nice little bounce. They're going to see if they can pick this back up off the ground. But if this thing starts to fall right through here, I think we're going to retest this level. So we'll see what happens. Patience, folks, patience. The market's not going to go nowhere. There's no reason to force a trade. Nice little pickup. All right, looks like it's trying to break out of that upside. I'm thinking about a quick little scalp and then taking it up there, but I'm gonna let this 1 minute candle close. So what I'm thinking is that we just came down to try to pick up some more friends for 19,000, and that support will take us up to these higher levels. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I think that's actually solid enough. Small position. Let's see what happens. Thinking about a stop loss somewhere around here. Ew, that's deep. But I want to see this thing kind of pan out. I'm not going to give all that away. I'm going to see if we can recapture that wick up in this top area and take another stab up there, assuming that the supporters are here. Mm, I might have to tighten that stop because that selling pressure was tough there. Yeah, we're going to tighten up that stop. I'm going to put it at the fair value gap, roughly about here. Not a fan of how they just did that. Nice little whack at that level. Let me come back over to the 5 minute. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if we can get that 5 minute wick, because that's what it smells like. It smells like they're building up for it. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I think I might put this in break even to see if I can get more of a move there. Yeah, bring it to break even. See if it holds. Yes, there was a lot of ticks on the board that I could have easily just pocketed, but I think this might be the start of the party to get the rest, and then we make a higher high in this wick, and then I can tighten up a little bit more when I get up there. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. This thing is actually pushing. Maybe I shouldn't have did this on paper. Come on, take that high. If it takes that high, I want to lock in. Yep, lock in at the base and see if we can get some more. Oh, there we go. Boom. Let's lock that in. Oh, that was a good scalp. I don't know if y'all followed with me, but that was the thesis behind it. It seemed like we had a nice little. They just stopped me out. We had a nice little base here. They couldn't take the whole fair value gap. Boom comes in. Some of the shorters are just like, all right, I guess we can't really do it. Get a nice little base here. Attempt to reach capture the wick. And nice pullback. Good trade. We'll find some others. All right, we got 4 minutes. Actually, did it close above it? No, it didn't close above our level. So we got 4 minutes on this new candle. Damn it! This thing probably just gonna take off too, because we just helped them get out the block. Yeah, look at that. Look at you. Probably just came for my stop loss and just took off. All right. Anyways, so we're not distracted. Another good company in here, but actually, it's not in this list. I like HCA. HCA, good company. Part of this pullback, which makes sense. We needed this pullback. You could kind of see we got a histogram divergence where it looks like it's just tired. It's just tired. There's not a lot of momentum. Nobody's piling into these levels. A nice little retracement would be good, and then probably take off again. But we'll see. We will see. Oh, NQ is making some moves. Let's go back over to NQ. Let's see if we can find another scalp. Nice little pullback. Trying to use that support. Now, I will not be surprised if there's sellers above here. But it is way too far for our opening range breakout. So if you did take it on the momentum and you continue to that upside, congratulations on your W. But I am waiting for this bad boy to give me some sense of a pullback. There we go. They pushed it back down. A close above. Just you can pull back, stay close to that line, and then close above, and then we'll go ahead and roll the dice on our trade. This contract's probably juiced as hell now. It's now 30. Not too bad. Not too bad. The 468s, they're okay. The 470s are, with theta, it's still staying right there, but it did peak out at like 100%. No, don't do that. Oh man, it's gonna make it tough to actually hold these things. Now, if you want to tweak it a little bit, where you see we gotta have this top. Oh, actually, did I kind of have it off the level? I did. It did close above. Oh, you mother suckers! I had this slightly off on my placement. Technically, I could have been in here. That was a good close above on that 5 minute. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Oh man. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is nice little pull and run. Ah, yeah, I was slightly off on that. Damn. The level was actually, you know what? Normally when I do this, I usually go back here and be like, what's the high? Oh, 33. And then I kind of fix it here. That's funny. That is hilarious. They got close to my level, and then I could have. I'm looking at the selling pressure. Ah. I thought about taking all the close of that candle. Oh, that is funny. So we got 10 o'clock news. I guess that was our ISM. Wait a minute, hold on. I'll tell you right now. It's bullish for the dollar. Dangerous territory. Dangerous territory. It's bullish for the dollar. ISM employment was also bearish for the dollar. They got a couple of them that's bullish. Oh, sorry, bullish for the dollar that is bearish for the dollar, but the PMI is bullish for the dollar, which could make the market kind of turn bearish. So, very interesting where we are right now. Oil drops in the next hour or so. Oh, this could be a sweep. You know what? I messed that up. I apologize, y'all. We should have been in somewhere in this candle and deal with the pullback inside of here. I messed that up. Well, it would have been successful. That's the best way to kind of look at it. We did take a paper trade in the midst of that. Yeah, even this is not. I must have been far away on the zoom. See, even this is not actually at my base itself. So I must have just quickly did it and then go readjust as soon as the 15-minute close. My bad. My bad. Let me go look at what these contracts look like. Let me go see. I know that 14. Yeah, that thing took off. That one went up a good 25% just on that spike up. I'm gonna wait for the 5 minute to close and see if I can play the retracement, because I don't know if we're gonna take out this area and play the retracement coming down into the order block again. Let me see what the dollar looks like right now. Dollar strengthening up. Bullish for the dollar. They're gonna try to get out of that block. We got about 2 minutes left until this candle closes. They're trying their best to get to that target around 114. Let me get the exact high. We're talking about 114.75, somewhere around there. A little bit of selling pressure. They notice that they probably can't get it. New bulls probably come in about, I would say 53, if not 53, 78. 09, 78, 09, 53. I'm sorry, 9053, 90078. Where did we just pick up from? We just picked up off of 92. I don't know if that's enough. Not with the dollar powering up like that. Alright, does it take out 92 or they use 92 again? I think they're going to take out 92. Bounced off of 93. They don't want it to take out 92. But I don't think he got enough. Alright, last 48 seconds. I think I'm going to play that reversal, looking for it to come back into the block. We got to 111 and then they spiked it back down. Let's see if that holds. I'm thinking about something like a short right here. Oh, there we go. 36 ticks. I'll take the 36 ticks. Quick scalp. Like I said, I just wanted to play until it got to the block, looking for the potential rejection. Looks like that rejection came in heavy. Alright, while we wait for some type of trade, because we got like 10 minutes, I usually try to stay to 10, 15. This would have been a successful trade. I apologize if you wrote the levels and it's like, I don't know what Jeffrey is doing. My level says we closed the 5 minute above. You should be happy. If not, and you was following me exactly, this is why you have to annotate yourself sometimes, because all it takes is just a small little smidge of a mistake and then you miss out on an opportunity. So don't get the FOMO. I'm not racing to try to get into a buy right now. That was that level I was telling about, 72. That was the area that they were thinking about probably picking up some more buyers, and that's exactly what they did, right on the block. I think if we do not take new highs here, this whole entire thing is going to fall like a stack of playing cards. There we go. There we go. Are they going to get it? They're almost there. Or is there sellers sitting there? Oh. Get that kick. There's a little bit of a kick. Oof. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's showing more signs of possible falling. They want that high. Might get it here. There you go. That's that high. That's what they were looking for. All right, next level. All right, so we got ourselves, oops, let me put that back. We got a block here. So now we've taken out this pivot. But, oh wow, look at that sell-off. That's kind of hard. The only thing about this pivot is it's a pivot that created this low with the the news. That's the only thing with this pivot. It does not address what I would say is the real concern, which would bring us back to that 520. Could we get back to 298 maybe? Could we get back to 390 maybe? That's the violence we probably gonna face. Um, but I want to see this order block hold if that's the case. We got 2 minutes left, and you can kind of see we got these topping patterns that's happening here. I think they got their target, and they probably just took their profits and got out the way. Trying to pick it up again. We got 1 minute and 29 seconds. Can they recapture that upside? What I'm thinking is, if it gets above right about here, I might just go ahead and take a buy up into the high again, but we'll see. Quick scalp, quick scalp. Making up a little bit for my mistake. It's starting to get to that area that I'm curious about. Alright, couldn't get there, 48 seconds. Does this do the work? Ooh, he's gonna turn it red. Yeah, turned it red. Showing flashes. Does it finish red? If it finishes red, then I'll probably play bearish. I'm gonna wait for it to close to be sure about that. Could that be all they're looking for? And now we just cascade on down. But we do have this whole entire block that's right here. So we'll see. Yeah, thinking something short and something tight. Probably about right here at these wicks here. About 28 ticks and see what happens there. There we go. And I'm gonna put this into profit about 18. See if I can get the whole thing. Get it deep into the fair value gap and probably start to really tank in. But again, this is the order block. We're above it, so this thing can act as support. So if you didn't get in on where I thought of, don't bother. This thing can come back and take your lunch money. Alright, you got 68, 79, 81. That's a good amount of ticks right there. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare do that. I want to get down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's level. Stay there, stay there. They're going to try to pull it back up. I'll take the 76 and get out the way. I was going to tighten it a lot sooner, but they did not let this live. Now, if you want to go ahead and enjoy the whole entire 5 minute, that's on you. But, yep, that's what I was thinking would happen if we wait the whole 5 minutes. So, that said, I just wanted to show y'all a couple of quick scalps while I kind of bloopered on one end. And I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the rest of the day. But before I do that, we got about 3 minutes here. I'm going to go ahead and give a couple of tickers that I am looking at. Where is... Well, you know what? I don't think I wrote it down. I think I was just playing around on the levels. Bear with me. Let me go to my red list. Couple of things that I want to cover is like pizza. Pizza is above its block. Looks like it's making a nice little push. If it can recapture this wick, maybe it can go back into this gap. Planet Fitness, nice recovery. Kind of did that whole entire rising wedge type of action. Still see a bearish divergence on this one, but I want to see what they do with this recovery. Let the stock kind of pull back a little bit. If it starts to cross down while being in this lower register, they might be coming for that gap. And then a green list. Let's go Marriott. Marriott looks a little like this. Breaking that micro uptrend. Let me tweak that a little bit. So this one could be continuing to stay in the bearish state as it curls the zero line. Actually, might have to push you on the red list. Let's go red. Might take a play over there. And PNC. Let's see what's going on with PNC. PNC, bearish divergence. I'm thinking bearish divergence. If it follows this trend line, like this, it's probably going to come down and fill this target over here. All right, so that's kind of giving you a little bit of an idea of what the market probably has as far as tickers. Let me go ahead and grab, if you haven't at all did one of my camps, I do suggest you come check out the camp. I am going to do a free preview. This, all you have to do is kind of like DM me on Instagram, let me know. I'm gonna do a free preview of this one. We're gonna break down a lot of things. Like I said, you know, a lot of traders make a lot of mistakes, and especially the day traders, and you spend a lot of time waiting for the right trade. You miss out on opportunities because you're distracted. So I came up with an alert system based type of trading, and I'll take out one of the W's, which is the Y. I do suggest you come check it out. Become a profitable trader challenge. If you got a strategy, I'll help you clean it up, or I can go ahead and give you one, which works relatively well for me to become a very profitable trader. That said, I got like 60 seconds, so I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go a little early. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram. That is JD _ the great, just like my YouTube. I'm also on Twitter, and if you want to follow some of my ideas that I have on TradingView, it's just JD the great. I appreciate all of you. Don't forget to click my link tree so that we can get all type of information from me. And I'll see y'all next week. And for all those that's in my community, see you on Mindset, which is on Saturday. You have a great time. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a